Hello, everyone. I welcome you to another learning workshop. Friends, in our workshop today, we will be learning about savoring technique. This one is my personal favorite because when many years ago I would suffer from vertigo, anxiety, and a lot more stress, both mentally and physically, this technique has been my great help. It has not only helped me move my inner state of mind from scarcity to abundance, but has also helped me develop the most hopeful and positive outlook in life. So, I am your live example if you ever need to learn more on this. And because I have been practicing this and with my share of hardships in life, I found this technique to be very effective and very beneficial both to my body and mind. So here I come to you today with this technique. In our session today, we would just touch upon understanding what is it about, how it impacts our mind, and how through this it helps us build our resiliency power. That's a life skill where we tap into our inner strength. So just three of this. And in the upcoming videos, I'll teach you how can you implement and practice this in your everyday life. Let's get started. So what is savoring? Savoring is an act of intentionally focusing on and appreciating positive experiences, feelings, or moments, either as they happen, after they happen, or in the anticipation of them in the future. So, what we are typically doing when we practice savoring is we slow down, we take notice, we feel, and we fully absorb ourselves in the joy, gratitude, or the beauty of the moment. So we soak ourselves into that given moment, and that given moment can be it's getting us some kind of a feeling. The moment can be we are enjoying some kind of food, or it could be we are looking at a scenic picture, or it could be you're playing with your kids, you're being with your partner, you're enjoying the warmth of your parents, their care. It could be anything. It's about one slowing down. So we slow down. We are totally, very consciously absorbing ourselves into that moment where we take every little detail of that moment, soak into it, and enjoy whatever feelings are coming to us when we are in that given moment. So, not everyone may have a same feeling, but the feelings are pleasant and positive in nature. Our emotions have a long list of names, but all the pleasant feelings, regardless of whatever you're doing, when you are literally into it, deep sink into it, whatever you're feeling, when you pay complete total attention to that, that's what savoring is all about. And it comes with practice. So you're not letting things go by unnoticed. You're practicing it. And this is very close to mindfulness as well, because mindful eating or mindful walking could be one examples of savoring. How it impacts our mind. When we practice savoring, it shifts our attention from stress to positivity. So basically, the very practice of it is opening new neural pathways in our brain. So it's not like you would practice savoring and you will not feel the benefit of it. You will, but it comes with consistency, and it also comes with a conscious approach. When I say conscious approach, it is not that you practice once and the next time you are doing the same thing, it's going to automatically come up. No, till you become a pro and expert in it, you have to constantly practice savoring and absorb yourself into that given moment, feel it, thoroughly, deeply, intensely. Enjoy that, whatever that may be, and just be literally drawn into that moment and do it in a conscious way. When you are doing things like that for several things, let's say you think, okay, let me adapt savoring for my lunch. So I'm going to have a very, very deep, enjoyable lunch, regardless. I'm eating a simple home cooked meal, but I'm going to literally drown myself in that moment. I'm going to pay attention to what I'm eating, the texture, the color, the aroma, the sign. I'll slow down. I take small bites. I'll chew a lot and I'll enjoy it. I'm like literally into it. Or I'm watching a movie. I'm so lost into it that I'm watching every detail of what I'm watching. Or you're watching a scenic beauty, a sunset, you're sitting by the ocean, or you're into your balcony, you're watching the road, or you're reading a book. You're totally lost into it. You're soaking in that moment. And so it can be anything. And as you do this, practice it, the more and more you practice it in your life, because this becomes, first it is a practice, then it becomes your way of life, then it becomes your approach. And the more you do it, it helps shift your attention from stress to positivity. You will feel that with the more practice, you find that you are less agitated, less reactive, and more responsive. You're not somebody who gets, like, somebody cuts you on the road. You won't be someone who will yell and shout or uh, use some cuss words. Instead, you will be like enjoying the moment in it, or maybe singing your favorite song or listening to something, and may not be far, far away from the reactive mode into a responsive mode. That's what savoring will do to you. So it will shift you from stress to positivity. If you're someone who gets very easily frustrated, the way I was many years ago in my late 20s, savoring really helped me build a very pleasant attitude. So I would suggest the same for you if you really want to promote your mental health, well-being, and also build on a pleasant attitude. Practice savoring. Savoring also helps in activating our relaxation responses. So when we move away our focus from the agitations and the frustrations and focus on feeling good, safe, pleasant, because what we are doing is consciously we are looking at the best inside any given moment. So let me give you an example here. Let's say we are caught up in a traffic jam, which is very common in India. And when you're caught up in a traffic jam, obviously you will tell me, Manas, what is there to be enjoying in that? However, when we rewire our mind and we try to adapt the approach of savoring, we are adapting the approach of looking at things in a pleasant way, or consciously trying to be in that moment and make the most of it. So when you adapt this, even in a traffic jam, you might think of, okay, there's nothing I can do here. So instead of being snappy, frustrated, honking, what if I adapt savoring? And in that, let me do something. Either I just finish off that last chapter of my favorite book, which I left it unread on Kindle, so you could read that, or quickly glance through your emails, or do something that brings a bit of pleasantness, which can be as little as just looking at the way our city has evolved from our childhood to the present time. It is, friends, not something where you are using a template, but it's a way of moving our approach from finding all sort of faults in the situations to a mindset where we try now consciously to look at all the good that's there and getting literally soaked into it and practice it. It could be a little fun when you do it for the first time because you'll be a bit of laughing, and I used to laugh a lot when I would do it because my mind was hardwired to being snappy, irritated, frustrated. This is wrong, that is wrong. This shouldn't be this way, that shouldn't be that way. But then when I moved and was bringing this approach, many a times I ended up laughing because I was trying to make the most out of the very unpleasant situations. I would not tell you or recommend that you start from those, but the more you practice it, you will find that you will start to practice, find the best also out of the worst situations. And this way, you activate your relaxation responses, which are very much innate for a healthy mind. So practice it. We would now look at how savoring can help us build our resiliency. Resiliency is a life skill. And when we constantly savor, like we indulge in this technique, we are creating a bank of positive emotions in our mental reservoir of positivity. It's like you're creating neural pathways in your brain. You're teaching your brain. Basically, you're teaching your brain. You're not just rewiring it, you're teaching your brain that it's okay. Let me find the best thing out of it. And when you teach that, your brain had this uncanny, beautiful ability to look for the best. You start looking for the most pleasant and best things in the most unpleasant of situations. You won't believe, you'll be surprised by all that you can find. Initially, I would just laugh on such thoughts. But then when I started it, I realized that yes, there is always something to learn in even in the worst of situations. And when we regularly savor small joys inside us, every little thing we are thankful for, we soak ourselves, we enjoy. We enjoy even standing by the roadside and fresh sugarcane juice with a dash of lemon by the roadside in a hot, sultry afternoon of Hyderabad. Nothing like it. So when you build these joys and a mental reservoir of positivity, something you can draw upon during your tough times. Because as you're doing it, you're not just simply doing a technique, you are strengthening your emotional regulations. Our brain is hardwired to negative thinking, and savoring help us build that mental reservoir of positivity, thereby promoting our resiliency skills. Because life is going to throw us some lemons out of which we make our lemonade. But with these hardships and trials that life keep throwing at us, our constant savoring of small joys will bring to us the much needed relief our mind always need. So this way we build our resiliency. So go ahead and create a bank of positive emotions in your life. I have a blog series on this, on the same principle, Little Joys of Life, where I share um, the some funny incidents from my life that I write under this series. And I actually started this when I got to experience the positive and the most effective, impactful, beneficial things happening to me as I was practicing savoring. And little joys of life stemmed out of it because I now started to consciously make a note of all these little tiny moments that I enjoyed thoroughly, which I turned into a blog post. Often they are funny, but quite enjoyable both to me and even to my readers. And this way, friends, I have created a bank of positive emotions which are always there to help me when I go through some tough times. So I would urge you, you create your own. Finally, savoring also help us when we look forward to, when we anticipate the best. So it's like This is a journaling technique also. When you write the best possible thing that could happen, it in a way fills you with hope and optimism. You look forward to future joys. This helps us sustain hope during difficult phases, which is another key aspect of resilience. And when we appreciate, we notice and appreciate the good in our life, this helps us counter the self-pity that we are all drowned in, the helplessness and negativity that often accompany setbacks. So if you really want to move away from that victimhood, practice savoring, which will then help you build your resilience skills as well. Well, that's all for today. In our next video, we will together practice savoring technique. Thank you.